Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to Herbies Garage. Today I thought it was about time to go for a ride. It's a nice, beautiful Sunday morning, and I haven't rode my bike in a while, so I'm going to get it out before church. I got me about an hour or so, 45 minutes to an hour. I need to keep the battery charged up on the bike too. I haven't, like I said, I haven't been riding it. And since it's riding season, I don't put a battery maintainer on it. Drop my shield down. I've been working already this morning. I got up probably 5:15, something like that, and I started working on the ATV, on the Wolverine. I like the name, if nothing else. But it's been a lot of work. I'm probably about 3 videos behind on posting. So I've got the front end finished, and I will post those. Right now I'm not getting a lot of viewers on it, but hopefully it'll catch on. But this morning I just need to get out, go for a ride, clear my head a little bit. Well, you can tell we've had a lot of rain. Big old water puddle. I've been really looking at a lot of ATVs and lawnmowers, garden tractors, that kind of stuff, utility trailers, just trying to see what's out there. And I ended up, let's see, about 3 or 4 days ago, came across this 2016 Simplicity. See, it's a 25 horse twin cylinder Briggs & Stratton commercial engine mower. I think it's 50 or 52 inches on the deck, 3 blades. I was needing a new mower anyway, so I went and looked at it. Now, this is the original owner. He didn't buy it from one of the big box stores. He bought it from a mower dealer. And you could tell it says made in USA on it, or assembled in USA, or whatever it says, something about USA on it. And you know, it's got like regular car lug nuts on it, so it's kind of a heavy-duty tractor. It's got a real nice mesh seat. And when I went and looked at it, the guy says, well, I've had this since brand new. I've got the owner's manual and the paperwork on stuff that I've had done, and a couple of air filters, a couple of oil filters, and you could tell he's taking care of it. And he said he paid $6,000 for it in 2016, and he's advertising $500 for it. And I'm thinking, oh my goodness, you know, why so cheap? So he told me that there's 2 reasons why he's selling it. Number one is because he's tired of mowing grass. He's getting old, so he hired a grass cutting service, and so he's done, and he wanted to get rid of it. And the other one was the transmission is slipping, because he said that it does really good when it's cold for the first 15 minutes or so. Once it warms up, then it starts losing power, and if you try to climb a hill, it just won't make it. So I did some searches on the internet and stuff on it, and there are repairs on it. So I'm going to take the transaxle out of it and take that transmission apart, figure out what's wrong and do what I need to do to fix it. Hopefully it won't be too awful expensive, but I went ahead and bought it. I couldn't talk him down. $500. I would have felt bad, you know. It was well worth $500. I could part it out and make more than that out of it. But it's going to be a nice mower. It sits up really high, a lot bigger than my other one. So I'll probably sell my other one, recoup probably half of the money, and get a better mower. But that's another project that I got coming up. I'll probably film that too, because there's a lot of interest in garden tractors, and there's not a lot on that tractor that I could find, so it might be interesting to somebody. Well, if you have a John Deere, Husqvarna, I don't remember what other tractors. Simplicity is what mine is. They all carry a tough torque transmission is what they call it, and there are videos on tearing into that, so that'd be helpful. And I just want to take it out and see if it's low on fluid or what it needs, you know, tear it apart and see if the internal filter's plugged up or it's full of metal. Whatever I need to do, I'll do to it. I'm not really buying it to make money on, although I can if I decide to do that. But after I got that, I got a call from a friend. I used to work with him. Actually, he was my everyday working buddy. We worked side by side doing plant mechanic work. And we talked for a little while, because I haven't talked to him, you know, because I've been retired and he went to another job and all that kind of stuff. And after a while, I told him about my YouTube channel and how I'm starting to work on ATV. And he says, well, I've got an old ATV, and he says, I just moved it out of my barn and put it outside, been sitting outside for a few months. He said, if you're interested in it, I'll sell it to you. And I said, well, what is it? It's a Yamaha Timberwolf 250 two-wheel drive. So I said, well, what's the price? And he told me, and I said, well, sure, I'll come get it. And so I'm going to redo that. I'm not going to spend a lot of money on that. I told him that I'm going to fix it up, get it running, and do what it needs to do to be a safe driving ATV, and then I'm going to sell it for a profit. I just wanted him to know that before I bought it. He had a title for it as well, because he bought it brand new. He's the original owner of it. I think I'm going to turn here. I haven't been down this road in a while. I like this road. It's kind of peaceful. But anyway, yeah, I told him, I said, yeah, sure, I'll come pick it up. Well, I hooked my trailer up, went up there and picked it up. And I don't know if you noticed, when I started my ride out, there was a tarp over something sitting outside. I'm running out of room to put stuff. I had to put the mower in the garage, and I put the four-wheeler outside with a tarp. And it's going to sit out there until I get the Wolverine done. And then I'm going to make room for the Wolverine and probably move out my old garden tractor, sell it. So that'll give me a little more space there too. And I'll probably put the Wolverine in the shed where that garden tractor's at. I'm going to leave the new tractor in the garage because it's so big it won't fit through the door opening. And I don't want it in my workshop, so I'll leave it in the garage. Just have to make room in there, do some rearranging. And I still think that after I get everything done, I'd have room for another motorcycle if I needed it. Probably couldn't fit another ATV, but probably another motorcycle. But the reason I wanted to get out today is I've been doing nothing but working. I really need to cut the grass, but man, it's been raining so much, the grass is wet, and it's going to get a foot high if it keeps going like this, because once it starts to dry out a little bit, all of a sudden here comes the rain again. So I'll just have to wait for a day or two. Maybe it'll dry out. Looks like today's going to be nice, but I think it's supposed to rain later, but I'm not real sure. And if it makes it all day, I'll probably just go ahead and mow this evening. We're still kind of waiting around on Tail of the Dragon ride. Not sure when that's going to happen. There's a lot of factors involved in that, and I don't want to get into one of them's kind of personal, not for me, but if he feels like sharing it, I'll let him share it. But we're kind of waiting around, make sure everything's good to go, and then we'll try to figure something out for a day. Never thought it'd be this hard, but that's the way it is, especially whenever you got people coming from different parts of the country and weather and stuff. Now, I don't mind riding in the rain, you know, to there and back if I had to, but I don't want to ride in the rain while I'm there. So it just feels good to get out and do a little bit of relaxing riding. Like I said, I've been doing a lot of work. I'll give you a little advanced on my Wolverine. I may have mentioned this earlier, but I got it all front end all the way done. So I've got 1, 2, 3, at least 3 videos I'm going to do on that before I start on the back end. And I need to start working on some motorcycles too, because there's some things I want to do. The KPV 150 scooter, I want to pull the forks on that, drain the fluid, and replace it with a little bit lighter fluid, maybe a little bit less. There's this fork guy, I can't remember his name, but he's real renowned for tunability on forks, and he says that to make it a softer, you can reduce the amount of fluid in it and it would be okay. So I'm going to try that too. And then on the rear shock, I'm going to loosen it as much as I possibly can and call that good. But I want to do a video on that. KPT is running really good. The other day, I don't know when it was, a couple weeks ago, last time I had it out, it was cold. I don't know what the temperature was, but it was cold. Might have been in the 40s. And my bar on my tire pressure was down. It was in the red on the front, 1.9 I think, but as soon as I rode a while, it warmed the tire up and the pressure came back up. So it's been staying steady at 2.1 in the front and 2.3 in the back. I have to remember where I'm going here. And if I go for long rides and the tires get nice and warm and hot, or if it's a hot day, I've seen the pressures go up even higher than what they are now. I don't remember, it's 2.4 or 2.5 on the rear and like 2.3 in the front, but that was pretty much it. And I was on a long ride that day. Kind of interested to see how high it will go, if it will, when we go on our ride to the Tail of the Dragon, make a real long cruise. I don't think I've ever taken you guys back this way. I think this may be part of the Route 66. I know in certain places it'll cross over into it, I know that for sure. This bike is just such a wonderful bike to ride. It's such a pleasure. You know, if I was a bike builder and I was designing a bike, I don't know, I probably would have changed some things on it. But as far as the rider position, the seating position, I don't think it could be any more perfect for me. The distance from my arms to the handlebars, I think, are perfect. I think the angle is perfect. I sit straight up and down and I'm relaxed. I think it's just so comfortable. Sorry about all the bugs on my windshield. I haven't even washed my bike since the last ride. I think I told you about that. Oh, that was on my excuse me, that was on my review ride that I got all those bugs on, because it was really early morning and I haven't washed it since then. Really need to, but I've been so busy, like I said, getting tired of work, so I need to relax a little bit. I don't want to get burnt out. I just kind of have that drive in me. I don't know really where it came from, but I just have that drive in me to get things done. I can't stand to see something sit that needs done and not do it. You know, I can remember, I may have told this story before, I don't know, but I can remember when I was young and I wanted to get my first, I'll do a quote, job at 12 years old. And I asked Mom, Dad, they were both together in the living room that day, and I said, hey, I want to get a job. And they said, you're too young to get a job. And I said, well, it's just a paper route. And my mom's like, are you sure you want to do that? And I said, yeah. I said, I want to earn some money. Well, how much are you going to make? I said, well, they said anywhere from $45 to $60 a month. Now, when you're 12 years old, back in the, see, that would have been early 70s, then that was quite a bit of money for somebody that age, you know. I just saved my money up. You figure you can make about $700 a year, and you know, if you're 12 and you do that for 4 years, you know, you could save up enough money for a car. And by the time I was 16, I had 2 cars and a couple motorcycles, so it did work out. But anyway, when I was asking Mom about that, she told me, she says, Jerry, you will not keep that job for 2 weeks. I said, what do you mean? She says, every time you do something, you give up on it within a week or 2, and then you move on to something else. Said, you won't stay doing this job. I said, I bet I will. And she says, I bet you won't. And I said, well, how much? She said, $2. I said, okay, I'll bet you. Now, I don't know if that, you know, kind of put a bug in me. You know, I wanted to prove my mom that I can stick with something. You know, that probably helped me tremendously for her to do that, because it gave me the drive to stick with it. And I did. I stayed with it until I was 16 and got a job at the, you know, burger joint, and just kind of kept working my way up, and working all my life since then. But you know, that kind of stuck with me. So, you know, sometimes little lessons mean a lot. But then again, sometimes it's almost like an obsession to get something done. I just like to see the finished product. I think we all do. I like the process as well, but I like the end result. I don't have a lot of places to ride that four-wheeler. There are some places that I can go to, but I can take the four-wheeler and the Thunder both with me when I go. That's one reason why I'm looking at another utility trailer. That little 5x7 or whatever it is, that little trailer I've got is just way too small. You know, if any of you guys ever tried backing up a small trailer like that, oh gosh, it's just ridiculous. Especially when there's nothing in it. You can't see the trailer, for one, when you're backing up. You can see a little bit of the tailgate that's raised up, but I mean, it's so squirrely. A little bit of movement makes it go way off to the side. And you know, if you got a bigger trailer, it is so much easier to back up, and you can load a lot more stuff on it. I went to look at, I was gonna go look at a Yamaha V-Star 1100, but I had him measure it, and even going cattywampus, side to side, caddy corner, it was still too long by about 1.5 inches to fit on my trailer. I hate that, absolutely hate it. If I find something that I want to work on or try to make money on, you know, I don't want the trailer to stop me from getting it. I do have a son-in-law that I can borrow a trailer from. He's got a few of them actually, but you know, he may be using it the day that I need it. Plus he lives, you know, half-hour away, so that's an hour out of my time. I just want to soon have one myself, so I've been looking at those too. And the utility trailers hold their value really good. I remember back in the day, a place in Missouri not too far from here used to build them. I think they may still build them, but you could buy a tandem axle. I think it was a car hauler. I don't remember the size of it anymore, but it was like $14.99, something like that. And if you were to buy that trailer today, now I'm talking probably 20 years ago, you'd pay the same amount today for it as they did when they bought it brand new. They hold the value so good. But I'm looking for something, you know, in the $1,000 to $1,500 range, because I don't want to spend any money other than the money from the FJR. And you know, I've already spent a lot of money of it, so I got to start selling some stuff. Hopefully the Timberwolf won't take a lot of investment. I think it's probably going to need some tires too, and that'll be $250 probably. Probably need oil, and oil filter, air filter, and I'll probably just clean it up real good. Carburetor rebuild kit, maybe. Sometimes on those that you could just rebuild them, clean out the ports and put it back together, and you know, if it hasn't been apart many times. And it's got a good Mikuni carburetor on it. It doesn't look like it's ever been touched, but I did see a problem with it, so we'll discuss that whenever I start working on it. But I need to start putting some more money back in the kitty and quit taking so much out. So there's a lot of prospects out there. Some of them are worse than others. I probably jumped the gun on the Wolverine because I've seen some that were probably a little bit better shape than what the Wolverine is for, you know, $100, $150 more than what I paid for it. So, but it'll all work out. Even if I have $2,000 in it, that's still a drop in the bucket for, I mean, it'd be like a brand new ATV. It's not a rip in the seat. And by then I'll have the top end rebuilt and everything else I needed to do on it. All the bearings, seals, should be good. So it'd be like a new one. And I'm sure I could sell it easily for 15 to 18 when I'm done. I wanted to, you know, after I've had it for a year or two. So I could get most of my money back out of it. I just like the idea that it's full-time, four-wheel drive. You know, there's nothing in it to slip like the automatics. You know, if you go to pull something heavy, you know, or push snow or anything, you know, you can start slipping belts and having issues, you know. And that full-time four-wheel drive, you know, I think it's going to go until it spins the tire or bogs the engine down, which I don't think that's going to happen. That engine's got quite a bit of power. Oh boy, this is so relaxing. Whew. But I really appreciate everybody, and if you know anybody that has ATVs or that likes to watch ATV content, turn them on to my Wolverine, would you? Because boy, it's just really kind of floundering right now. And that's probably because I'm more of a motorcycle channel. I have done some truck videos and even some home repairs, a couple, but not too many. I should have done some extra stuff for that, because I just replaced the board on the microwave for my wife. That probably would have been a good video. I had to replace the defrost thermostat on the refrigerator freezer. Just little stuff, you know. I'm all the time doing things that I have to do. I don't even think about filming it a lot of times, so maybe I need to start doing more of that too. I had a lady write me and told me thanks so much, because I did a little video on our dryer. Whenever you open the door, the light wouldn't go off and the dryer drum would stay turning, and all it was a door switch. So I ordered a new door switch and put it in, did a video on it, real quick video, and she was so appreciative of that because she fixed it herself, you know. She watched my video, did everything step by step, and fixed it herself. That to me is a thrill for me, you know. I absolutely love that. I love hearing that kind of stuff. So I might do a little more of that. Anyway, I'm not going to keep rambling on. I'm not too awful far from home. I'm making kind of a big circle. So I still got probably another 15 minutes to go on my ride. I don't want to make the video too long. You guys probably get tired of hearing me yak and yak and yak. So here's another little small town. So anyway, if you're on my channel for the motorcycle content, you don't like the ATV stuff, just stick with me, because I will be having motorcycle stuff in between the ATV stuff. I'm gonna kind of mix it up. Probably doing a little bit more of the ATV right now, because I want to get it running and out of the work area so I can start working in there with my motorcycles. I've kind of got it landlocked in there, you know what I mean, until I get everything done to where I can roll it good. So anyway, I just wanted to update you guys on that and take you along for a little short ride and let you know what's going on. So I appreciate you riding with me and spending a little time with me. Enjoy your Sunday, and I'll talk to you later. Thanks for watching.